Hey Scorpio, welcome to your reading. So as you can see by the title, this is a full forecast for 2022. We're going to go through every single month. In the description, as well as at the bottom where you can do like the time seek or whatever, you can see which month is going to start at what time. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, but while I'm shuffling and getting your spread out on the table, I want to talk about 2022 energetically. So 2022 is a number 6 year. So the number 6 can mean a lot of different things. Within this particular year, I do believe it's going to have a lot to do with the heart chakra as well as self. Okay, so anything involving self. So that's self-indulging, self-love, self-help, health, I guess, like mental health, relationships with other people, how you love yourself, how you show love to others. Anything that deals with you and appreciation with other things outside of you as well, that is going to be the focal point. So with that being said, a lot of things are going to rely or result in how you are, what you're putting into it and what you're getting out of it. So if that's unbalanced in any shape or form within any type of relationship, it is going to show up throughout this year easily. But also with that being said, on the positive spectrum of that, whatever energy that you're putting in, if it's positive, if you feel like you're doing what's right and the other person is also showing that, or if it's a job, if your job is showing that back to you, you're going to see what it means to truly have a balanced give and take exchange that feels good and doesn't feel like you're sacrificing anything to get something out of anything. It should be an even exchange. So if you're in any relationships that are not like that, you might want to go ahead and exit. But even if you don't, 2022 will make it to where it's very hard to stay a part of those type of situations. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So January, we have prosperity begins. So this is a very beautiful card, beautiful energy. Obviously, this means that there is fertility, growth, abundance coming to fruition. I feel like especially for those of you who have been working on things for some time now, those seeds that you've sown in the past are finally coming out as a result in January. So you're starting off the year with a bang, beautiful energy. Let's see in what aspects this is referring to. For a lot of you, it will be money. Temperance. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting card. Some of you can be dealing with some sort of Sagittarius energy or a person. So you could be giving birth to a Sagittarius this year. Let's see. The High Priestess. Okay, so this is again something that you've been working on behind the scenes. I do feel like for some of you it could definitely be a pregnancy, but I also feel like this has something to do with something that you haven't told anyone, something that you've been really disciplined and balanced in, and making sure that you've been cultivating and nurturing it accordingly. It's coming about, it's showing itself in the month of January. Now February, we have hope. So with February, this lets me know that there's something that you kind of have been feeling like it's impossible or it's not going to work out, or you know, you've kind of lost faith in something. But within February, whatever that is talking about, you're going to actually have hope within that situation. Ooh. So what I'm seeing is like there's some sort of spark, or there's something that makes you feel like, oh no, this actually could still work. So even if something has seemed to fail, within February, you're going to see something that is new or different, or you're going to see it from a different perspective that's going to cause you to be like, oh wait, this could actually be something. So what is it that you're looking at? Okay, the Magician card is out. So this makes me feel like this is something that you've been planning. It could be a project for sure. For some of you, it's about cultivating some sort of like passion project, maybe even creative projects. The Empress. Okay, so for some of you it's about becoming a mother, or it could just be about creativity, receiving, living the life that you want to actually live. So there's so many different ways this can go, but I feel like for majority of you, it's more about creating the lifestyle that you want to see and receiving as much as you've been putting out lately, or just in life in general. Maybe you feel like you put in so much energy for other people, but now you're waiting on that to come back to you. So you're waiting on like a, I guess like a karmic type of release or payback. March, we have spiritual strength. So within March, you will have some sort of spiritual experience that is going to really heighten your belief systems, but also show you just how strong your spirit is. I feel like it has something to do with something you've already been through, like something from your past, and there's some sort of message that comes about, or there's something that you realize, like, yo, like, I really am a strong person. I'm a strong spirit. The World card is out, so this means that you will be transitioning to a new chapter within your life, or maybe something that has been a part of your life for a very long time is finally being pushed and upgraded, and you're learning something from it, and it doesn't feel like a burden anymore. So this is going to be a very serious situation for you. It's going to be one of those moments that you look back and really feel powerful, but not just in March. This is like throughout January, February, March. So far, all of this is nothing but major arcana cards. So this means that this is huge events, not just little moments in time. These are like moments you're going to remember, and it's going to affect the rest of your life, okay? The path that you're supposed to be going on. April, we have trapped in fear. So with trapped in fear, there is something coming about, a cycle, a codependency issue, an addiction for some of you. There's something you're afraid to leave behind. Four of Pentacles. You're afraid that you're not going to have enough of something. You're afraid to speak up. You're afraid of being vulnerable. And so because of that, you're being extremely quiet. Ten of Pentacles. What you're dealing with is a situation from your bloodline, as far as like your family. It's a trait that has been cultivated from your childhood. I feel like your parents kind of taught you, or maybe this is a trait that you've learned from your parents or your family members, of being quiet and pretending like everything's okay and hiding how you feel. And as Scorpio, that makes a lot of sense because you guys don't necessarily like to show the real you on first glance, but I feel like you have to get out of that feeling of everyone's out to get me, or imprisoning yourself, because it's just not good. It's not good. I feel like this is a learned habit, and I feel like a part of you becoming a stronger individual is learning like how to get out of that feeling of vulnerability, how to get out of that feeling of having your wall super high to where nobody can reach you because you're only isolating yourself. Okay, so let's get you an advice card for this month in particular. Two of Pentacles. Okay, so if you do need to ask for help, don't feel afraid to. There's also this energy of, if you're working with someone and you feel like it's unbalanced and you feel like you're pulling all the weight, you need to speak up. It's not going to do you any good to be quiet about it. Also with the Two of Pentacles, if you feel like you are not as successful as you would like to be, or if you feel jealous for some reason, I want you to do your best to not hate on the next person, but to look at what they have and realize that universe is allowing you to see that physically so that you know that you're capable of doing it. Also, if you have been impatient about money or your career or your finances, don't sit in that energy. Instead, invest in that energy. Instead, cultivate creativity within any way that you can to bring more life to that part of your situation that you feel like is not thriving. You need to put in more energy into that, and it's going to be a slow and steady energy, right? So instead of focused on what's not working, focus on what you can do to make it happen, because there's a lot of fertility here, but it's about your mindset and your feelings towards things that's keeping you trapped, and you have to stop that if you want to see progression. Okay, May, we have fertility. So for some of you, you could be pregnant during this month, or finding out that you're pregnant. For others of you, this is saying that there is an energy of creativity, growth, expansion within your life. Okay, so some projects that you're working on can really start to thrive at this time as well. Okay, Prince of Cups and Strength. I feel like some of you are dealing with someone who wants to interact with you on a spiritual or emotional level. It could be a Leo. There's also a message that you're going to receive from someone who cares about you, about your health. Okay, or it could be someone who cares about your health in general, like a doctor. So I feel like you're going to be receiving a message of something that is growing within you, but maybe it could be physical, or it could be like more metaphorically speaking. The Moon. Some of you guys are pregnant. If it's not pregnancy, then this is saying that it's something that you are not aware of, that you're going to be made aware of at this time. It is going to come as a surprise. You may be in denial about it, but somebody is definitely pregnant at this time, okay? June, we have balance. Okay, so within June, you definitely will feel a balance between your divine feminine and divine masculine energies within yourself. All right, so this is going to cause for a lot of opportunities to start opening up. And you're also going to feel very protected. I want you to pay very close attention to any repeating numbers that you see within this month, because they will be showing up pretty strong. Okay, we got Two of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Two of Swords in reverse. So you're making things very complicated. Even though you have balance here, I want you to pay attention to that impatient energy once again, making sure that you are not feeling like you have to do everything by yourself, or it's your way or the highway. Like, none of that. All your issues that you have right now are very, very simple, but you have the ability at this time to make it very difficult. So I need you to not be dramatic. Don't be overexpressive. Don't be an airhead. Let's have common sense. Let's communicate. Don't try to rush anything, and take it step by step, okay? Because this may be a new experience for you, or maybe you just are feeling the energies at this time that are causing you to just feel really irritable, or just feel kind of bratty. So you just want to make sure that you're keeping yourself in check and focusing on balance, okay? July, you have moving on. So within July, you're going to be moving on to something better. So let's see what you're leaving behind and what you're moving on towards. So you're leaving behind, I want to say something that used to make you happy. Maybe it's family or friends or a social group. What is Scorpio going towards? You're going towards quiet, peace and quiet. So you're leaving behind a social group, I feel. People who, they probably love you, but maybe they don't know how to love you. And you're moving on to a more quiet break from everything. So it doesn't mean that you're leaving them for good, but I feel like this is a very much needed break, a vacation, if you will, that needs to happen. You're just taking a break from everything that you love. And it doesn't mean that you don't love them, but it just means that you really need to take this, separation time. I feel like a lot of you are going on vacation. So literally going somewhere just to have some time away from people. August, we have authority. So within August, you're going to be standing up for yourself, and you're going to be embodying the Emperor energy, no matter if you're female or male. This Emperor energy is taking charge, but it's also having something higher than yourself that you can rely on to kind of make decisions. So making decisions for the greater good, making decisions for your life, but making them responsibly, and also making them with all care. Not even care, it's more of a leadership. Okay, so let's see exactly what you're taking authority in. Queen of Cups. Okay, so it could be in regards to a woman in your life, or it could be that you are becoming more honest with yourself about what you truly want to manifest, okay? The things that you actually desire, and they will be yours, but it's about you choosing it for yourself. Seven of Cups, right? And not getting distracted by all of the things around you that could easily be enticing, but it doesn't have any substance. So you want to make sure you're taking charge of that for yourself. Most definitely. Okay. So September, we have the throat chakra. So in September, you're going to be encouraged to either quiet down or to speak up. Let's see what this is for you, Scorpio. Also, I would encourage you to learn about the throat chakra during September. Three of Pentacles. So I feel like you're going to be, it's a little bit of both. Six of Swords. Okay, but I think it's a little bit more on the quiet down spectrum. So not saying that you should not speak up for yourself, but I think if you listen to those around you and those that you're working with, you're going to be, you're going to hear things that are really going to give you like pieces of knowledge that can really help you move forward towards your next stage in life. Also, the more that you listen and the more that you work with others cohesively and not be combative, the easier it's going to be for Spirit to be able to push you into the people or the social groups that you need to be a part of. So it's going to be really good for you to just pay attention, just listen. There's going to be gems just everywhere for you to hear. And if you can pay attention to them and apply those pieces of knowledge to your own life, you're going to see just how easy life pushes you towards abundance and greatness, okay? October, we have the waiting game. So now it's just about sitting and acknowledging that something big is about to happen. What exactly are you waiting on, Scorpio? Okay, so you're waiting on confirmation from someone. I feel like you're also waiting on information from someone as well. Five of Wands. It's been a competition. Some of you are waiting on a confirmation of, am I getting the house? Like if it's a competitive market like that. Or it could be something where someone is trying to get in your head about something and causing conflict. So I'm actually going to give you an advice card for these two. But I feel like you're waiting on someone else's answer. If you didn't follow my instructions for September, within October, you most likely are going to be in confrontations and arguments with someone, and maybe you're waiting on someone to reach out to you, but maybe you already crossed the line. So like I said, you want to make sure you're being very like, try not to cause any issues with anyone around this time. All right, let me see what the advice card is. We actually got 2 advice cards. We got 7 of Cups and 2 of Wands. So that 7 of Cups energy is coming to say that things are going to be upgrading for sure. The things that were kind of like annoying to you are going to be getting better. But the 2 of Wands is saying you have to actively step into that energy, meaning you have to choose it for yourself. With the waiting game here, it's kind of conflicting, because the waiting game says that you can do nothing but just wait. But the 2 of Wands says, but make a decision. The 7 of Cups says don't get distracted while you're waiting. So I feel like because you'll know what this situation is, you'll be able to kind of like navigate it better. But it's saying basically like, you know that you're waiting, do what you're supposed to do in the meantime, have a clear direction on where you want to go, and just don't get distracted, and know that things are actively getting better the more time that you're waiting. Okay. November, we have emotional loss. Okay, so November, this is a part of your season. So I mean, I don't know, Scorpio, it's kind of a weird time to have emotional loss. October was also your season, by the way. But yeah, November, let's see what this emotional loss is. There's going to be a change in your emotional life. What's being lost here? Okay, so some of you will have a breakup with someone with the 2 of Cups here. King of Pentacles. It could be based off of money, or it could be based on morals and what you want to see for your life. Like, I feel like you guys' paths just don't align. So there will be a breakup. But I kind of feel like, you know, with the number 5 emotional card here, when you do lose something, it's been time. So the only reason it feels like it hurts is because you wanted to hold on to it. But these cards are saying, look, it's time for you to focus on something different, something better. Rounding off your end of your year with December, we have patience. Okay, so patience is saying that there is something actively growing. This is number 5 energy as well. I feel as though taking it slow is kind of the key for your whole year at this time. 5 of Cups, yeah. So getting over grief and disappointment is something you're going to actively have to work on. But just know that with you actively working on that, you will have a sense of healing that comes about, and a cleansing process will be started and finalized within December. So when you do that, it seems like the end of the year is like really heavy. But I feel like as long as you're actively working with yourself and acknowledging the things that you feel, the things that you know, are going through emotionally, it's going to be okay. All right. Let me get you a card of advice for this as well, Scorpio. So strength. Okay, so within December, you're just going to have to really understand what it means to be courageous and to look at your demons in the eye and face them. Whatever you feel like you're going through, it is going to hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. But the Ace of Cups is a very good sign that some spiritual openings are happening for you, and it's all for your path. It's not just that you're going through these things. You're going through it because it needs to happen, because there's something that needs to be washed away so that your blessings actually can come in for yourself. So that's your year. I feel as though most of your blessings are going to be in the beginning of the year. I would say that around October, you're going to feel a drastic slowdown, and the rest of the year, you're just going to have to be strong and be around people who truly do care about you, and know that this is all, it's all in good faith. It's not something that is just here to attack you, but it's kind of like, because so much of your year was good, like the bad things that have to happen, the balance of that is that the end of the year, you're going to be feeling some things. But the future is what you make it, you know what I mean? So as long as you're really actively being how you need to be, some of these experiences won't even happen to you, just depending on what type of Scorpio you are. So I would say just focus on good karma, focus on your blessings, focus on the things that you want to see grow, and nurture those things, and don't feed into the things that are too hard. Like, the things that are meant for you this year are clearly here. The things that are not meant for you, it's going to be a struggle to keep them near you, okay? So don't hold on to things that don't need to be held on to. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Scorpio.